children and youth to come up before us. So welcome everyone to the 2026 Ernest F. Watson Annual Scholarship Program. This program is the main component of the Scholarship Committee's fundraising efforts. The Scholarship Committee, we seek to encourage our kids to pursue higher education. The funds are raised to really support that purpose, which is to help students offset their cost in higher education. And also, again, to encourage them to continue to pursue higher education. Today, we are excited to hear from 8 amazing participants. They will present their speeches to us. So let's encourage them in spirit while they're here. So I'm going to bring them before you right now. For part 1, our first participant will be Antoine Washington.
Hi, church. Today I will be reading I Have a Dream speech. I say to you today, friends, so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live the true meaning of its creed. I have a dream that one day the Red Hills of Georgia's sons of former slaves and sons of former slaves owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that we will not be judged by the color of our skin, but the content of their character, that little black boys and little black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream that every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. The glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see together. This is our hope. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning. My country, it's of the sweet land of liberty. Of the I sing, let freedom ring, but not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. I have a dream.
Amen. Good job, Antoine. Good job. Okay, next we have Trey Parks.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Trey Parks. I am 10 years old and I attend Tyke Elementary School, where I am in the 5th grade. Dr. King was a man who believed in peace, love, and fairness for everyone. He dreamed of a world where people would not be judged by the color of their skin, but by their character. That means he wanted everyone to be truly, equally, and kindly. When I think about walking in his footsteps, I think it means trying to do what he did, stand up for what's right, and when it's hard. Dr. King didn't fight with his fist. He fought with his words and his heart. He showed that he can make a big difference without hurting anyone. We can walk in his footsteps by being kind to others, by respecting everyone, and by speaking up when we see something unfair. Even small things like helping a friend who's being left out can make the world a better place. Walking in Dr. King's footsteps does not mean we have to be famous or make big change all at once. It means doing the right thing every day. At school, we can walk in Dr. King's footsteps by stopping bullying, using kind words, and helping one another. At home, we can show respect to our families and neighbors. These small actions help keep Dr. King's dream alive. Dr. King once said, "The darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that." So let's be the light. Let's be brave, kind, and fair, just like Dr. King. Today we are here to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. This is a special day because we remember a man who worked hard to make the world a fair and kinder place. On this day, we remember that this dream is not finished. We are the ones who can help and continue. When we choose kindness, fairness, and peace, we are walking in Dr. King's footsteps. Thank you.
You, Trey and Antoine. So next we're going to call up Nakia Washington.
Good morning, church. Good morning. Why do we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? We celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to honor his leadership in civil rights, his fights for racial equality and justice through nonviolent protest, and his vision of beloved community, encouraging Americans to volunteer and work for positive change for their communities. It's a day to remember his dream and speech. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So that was our grades K through 5. So give them one more hand. Great job. Okay, so for part 2 of our program, we're going to start with grade 10, Alexandra Carla Johnson.
It's fine. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Alexandra Johnson. I attend Sherwood High School, and I'm in the 10th grade. My title of my speech is honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Today, I want to honor a man whose courage and vision did not change history. He changed the possibilities for my life. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was not a leader of civil rights movement. He was a dreamer who believed that every person, no matter their skin color, deserved dignity, opportunities, and a chance to become something great. Dr. King once said, "Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase." That line speaks to me because, like many young people, I do not always know exactly where life will take me. I have goals, I have dreams, and I have moments of doubt. But Dr. King showed us that progress begins with believing in yourself enough to take the first step. Because of his work and the work of so many who stood beside him, I get to grow up in a world where my dreams are not limited by laws that say where I can go, what I can learn, or who I can become in life. I get to sit in a classroom with people from every background. I get to imagine a future with success is possible because of my effort, not because of my identity. Dr. King made my dream of being successful in life possible by proving that change is real, that justice is worth fighting for, and that one voice can inspire millions. He taught us that greatness isn't measured by fame or wealth or who you are, but by service and hard work. As I work towards my own goals in my life, I carry his message with me. I remind myself that discipline matters, kindness matters, courage matters, and more importantly, faith in God matters. I remind myself that even when the world feels divided, I can choose to be someone who brings people together. I know that I can never quit when things are hard, and I remind myself that my success isn't just about me, it's about honoring the sacrifices of who came before me. Dr. King dreamed of a world where young people like me could raise, achieve, and lead. Today I stand here grateful that his dream opened the door of mine. So I will dream big. Thank you.
Good job, Allie. Good job. All right. So we're going to move to another part of our program where we're going to have a poem. And that poem is going to be by Miss Lakita Epps.
So the poem that I'm going to be reading today is by Langston Hughes, and I've done it here before, and I think it's just showing the young people how racism, things that African Americans had to go through. So just a little bit about the poem, The Ballad of a Landlord. It explores racial and class injustice in Jim Crow America, showing how black tenants plead for basic housing repairs, escalates into arrest, jail time due to a biased system where landlords and police collide against African Americans, revealing systemic racism and the exploitation of the poor. This poem critiques how society pushes the marginalized for demanding rights, while those with power face no consequences, exposing and doing the hypocrisy of the racial injustice in daily life. So I'm going to do Ballad of a Landlord.
Thank you. Thank you for that. So we're going to move on to the next part of our program. So we'll have presenters coming. So then we're going to move to our high schoolers. So the first one will be Khalil Potts.
Khalil, raise the stand, sweetheart. Raise the stand. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, church. What would Dr. King tell us about our responsibility as citizens and leaders in America today? My name is Khalil Potts, and I've been coming to this church since I was a baby. I was given this opportunity by Ms. Gill. Before I actually begin my speech, I want to thank Mount Zion Baptist Church for allowing me to have this opportunity. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia. At birth, he was named Michael King Jr., but his father, Michael King, eventually changed both of their names to Martin Luther King to honor the protestant reformer. Martin Luther King Jr. grew up in a middle-class black family, very influenced by church. His father, Martin Luther King Sr., was a Baptist minister, and his mother, Alberta Williams King, was a school teacher. As a child, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. experienced racial segregation and discrimination, including separation from white friends because of Jim Crow laws. In school, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was an excellent student, resulting in him skipping 2 grades in high school. At the young age of just 15 years old, he started to attend college at Morehouse, which is a historically black university in Atlanta, in the year 1944. At Morehouse, he became interested in theology, the study of the nature of God and religious belief, as well as social justice, the examination of social inequalities. After graduating from Morehouse in 1948, he attended Crozer Theological Seminary in Pennsylvania in the same year, where he studied Christian behavior and was also influenced by the ideas of nonviolent resistance. He later earned his PhD in systematic theology from Boston University during the year of 1955, which influenced his belief that social change should come through peaceful action. While he was in Boston, he met Coretta Scott, then married Coretta Scott during the year of 1953. A year later, in 1954, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. became a pastor at Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama. On December 5th of 1955, there was a Montgomery bus boycott led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. after Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on the bus on December 1st, 1955, and was arrested the same day. This same boycott lasted for 381 days up until December 20th, 1956, but resulted in desegregation of Montgomery's buses. Since Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. led this boycott, it brought him national attention and established him as a leader of the civil rights movement. He ended up helping to form the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, SCLC, on January 10, 1957 in Atlanta, Georgia. This group organized peaceful protests across the South to challenge segregation and discrimination. Dr. King led major campaigns in cities like Birmingham, Alabama from April 1963 to April 1968 in Memphis, Tennessee, where images of peaceful protesters being attacked shocked the nation. In 1963, Dr. King helped to organize the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, where he gave the I Have a Dream speech. In 1965, Dr. King started to move beyond civil rights to include economic justice, poverty, and opposition to the Vietnam War. He worked to address inequality in northern cities and began the Poor People's Campaign in late 1967, which had a goal to help Americans of all races living in poverty. This expansion of his activism made him more controversial even among his former supporters. Sadly, on April 4th, 1968, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee, where he was supporting sanitation workers. After finding out all of this information, I believe that if Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was still alive today, he would tell us as citizens and leaders in America today that we're responsible for the futures of the people who come after us, leading to a speech that would inform any listeners on how off track we are from reaching his dream.
Great job, Khalil. All right, so next we have Aiden Johnson.
Good morning, church. My name is Aiden Johnson. I attend Sherwood High School, and I'm in the 12th grade. Today, I have my speech of civil rights soldiers. Today, I want to talk about a group of African Americans whose courage shaped the nation we live in today. I want to talk about the African American military service members who fought in the American wars and used their service to demand equal rights. Those men and women pushed the United States closer to the promise of equality. From the very beginning, military service has been a path through which African Americans challenge racism and claim their place in full citizenship. During the Civil War, nearly 180,000 African Americans men served in the United States colonial troops. Leaders like Frederick Douglass agreed that military service provided Black Americans delivered a full citizenship. Until such as at the 54th, Massachusetts became symbol of courage, sacrifice, and determination. In the World War I and World War II, African American soldiers fought for democracy while facing Jim Crow laws at home. And their experience helped start the early Civil War movement. These soldiers believed that if they were good enough to fight for America, then we're good enough to be treated as equal in America. By the time of the Korean and Vietnam War, many African American veterans have joined the movement for justice. Their belief that they had earned equal rights, many of them protested marches, organization, communities, and stood up to racism and racist violence with the courage they got from their service. From some of the most influential civil rights leaders who were veterans. Medgar Evans, a World War II veteran, became the NAACP Field Science in Mississippi. His influence, He influenced launching, fought for voting rights, and gave his life for the cause in 1963. Hussein Williams, another World War II veteran, became close friends of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and helped lead the first march in Salem, known as the Bloody Sunday. And Robert F. Williams, a Marine Corps veteran, led armed self-defense training in North Carolina. Historians often say the African American veterans were the backbone of the Civil War movement. They had leadership training, they had organized skills, they had the confidence that comes from serving your country. And after fighting for freedom in wars, they were not willing to accept second-class citizenship at home. Their courage helped open doors that many of us now walk through without even thinking about it. So when we honor African American civil rights soldiers, we honor their beliefs that America could be better. And we honor the legacy they left for all of us, the legacy of fighting for justice in our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Aiden. Can we give a hand to our high schoolers? What an amazing job. All right, so now we start with our college students. We have Morgan Fennell.
Hello. Let me just fix this really quickly. No, I got it. Good morning, everyone. As you all know, my name is Morgan Fennell. I attend Norfolk State University. I'm a freshman. This is my second semester, thank God. All right. Okay. What does walking in Dr. King's footsteps look like? Is it gathering people together to protest? Is it doing a I Have a Dream speech? See, those are all just events that represented Dr. King, events that are broadcasted on behalf of Dr. King. But what does following his footsteps really mean? We as African Americans, some of us, walk around like we don't even like each other, not knowing we are really all sisters and brothers. Dr. King, a wonderful, God-fearing man, took the duty in bringing his people together. A man that showed courage and determination, like that one wooden spoon used to stir the cake batter. He took the role in making sure everyone's opinion was heard when it came to the traumatic events that took place. He was resilient, respectful, and full of optimism. He made sure to spread love instead of spreading hatred to one another. So let me ask one more time, how do we follow in Dr. King's footsteps? I'd say instead of arguing, let's fix the problem together. We kill each other, we fight each other, and we use the knowledge and wisdom that we have to do all the wrong things, but then we complain about not having certain things and being treated certain ways. Where's the courage that Dr. King had? Where's the wisdom that he had? Why can't we, as strong African Americans, come together to understand what's really going on in today's society? We as African Americans need to understand that we are not tourists of history. We are travelers with responsibility. Our responsibility is to take what our ancestors strive to do for our future and continue to make it better. But we just sit around and act like that ain't our problem. We learn, but we forget. We forget the struggles that our people went through to get us here. We take our now, and it's like we don't even appreciate it. Dr. King chose peace, but we choose violence. We choose riot, and that just feeds the stereotypes of African Americans. But Dr. King used his wisdom. Don't feed the stereotypes, instead show how we can come together just like white people. Let's show how we can too strive in excellence, because that is what following in Dr. King's footsteps looks like. Dr. King understood something that we seem to forget. Progress does not just pop out of thin air. It must be searched for and worked for. Then we will see the results that we so badly want to see. But we're not going to see them without the work being put in from everybody as a collective. So I say, let's walk in Dr. King's footsteps and come together, because we can prove and show we are bigger, especially if we follow at least one thing Dr. King made sure of. Always follow God and put God first. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Alexis Johnson. I'm a college sophomore attending Seton Hall University, and the title of my speech is Making My Dream a Reality. Okay. As a college sophomore, I've learned that growing up isn't just about age, it's about awareness. College challenges you to think deeper, question assumptions, and understand systems that shape our lives. Through my education and reflection, I've come to realize that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s teachings are not just lessons from the past, but guidance we urgently need today. Dr. King famously said that people should be judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. As I've matured, I've learned that this message also speaks to preparation, accountability, and excellence. Dr. King fought for equal opportunity, not lowered standards. He believed that dignity comes from being equipped to succeed while opportunity presents itself. 60 years after the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, many of Dr. King's economic dreams remain unrealized. According to a 2024 report analyzing progress since March, Black Americans continue to face higher unemployment rates and lower wages than white Americans, regardless of age or education level. Even though significantly more Black Americans now earn college and graduate degrees since 1963, the wage gap persists. On average, Black workers earn about 20% less than their white counterparts. This data is important because it shows that education alone is not enough, but it is still essential. Structural barriers, wage discrimination, occupational segregation, and federal policies continue to limit economic progress. Black Americans also carry higher student loan debt, and when combined with lower earning potential, this makes wealth building even more difficult. These challenges are real and must be addressed. However, recognizing systematic barriers does not mean abandoning responsibilities within our own community. Dr. King believed in collective progress grounded in principle, unity, and preparation. True equality means being prepared to compete, lead, and build, not just to enter the room. The long-term consequences of economic inequality are serious. 1 in 3 Black children currently live in poverty compared to fewer than 1 in 10 white children. These realities threaten the future of Black wealth and stability if change does not happen. That change must be both systematic and personal. My dream is to see African Americans owning major companies, leading industries, and holding top executive positions while uplifting the Black community at the same time. Other communities often prioritize economic unity by supporting their own businesses and leaders. We must learn to do the same thing, to collaborate, to invest, uplift, and rather than compete and divide. As a college student, I understand that rebuilding Black wealth starts with education, ownership, and unity and accountability. These are modern forms of nonviolence resistant Dr. King taught, building instead of destroying, preparing instead of depending, and uniting instead of dividing. Making my dream a reality means taking responsibility for my growth while advocating for justice. It means honoring Dr. King not only with words, but with action. The time is always right to do what is right. And for my generation, doing what is right means building a future rooted in excellence, unity, and economic empowerment. Thank you.